in this round, so I'm going to try and distribute things. All right, this question is to Malia, and remember, this actually is a subject of a number of questions that we received. It says, what are you, as a supervisor, going to do to make first source hiring a mandate and a guarantee, as opposed to a recommendation for local jobs?
What would I do to make first source hiring a mandate? First source hiring is it's an ordinance, it's a rule here in San Francisco. And what it actually says is that when projects come across out here in the area, developers need to hire folks from the community. And what I would like to do is I would like to see more of the project labor agreements have teeth. And when I say teeth, I mean holding the developers accountable. It's in the language, it's in the contract language, and also signing timelines so there are measurable goals that we can evaluate the businesses that are doing the local hiring. Thank you.
Some of you guys are funny. I got a question here. I guess it's just, you guys don't have to answer, but somebody wrote, how many of you are just looking for a job? This question is for Christine and Nia. The question is, I several of these. Why do you differ from the other candidates on Measure B? That is the Jeff Adachi's pension reform proposal on the ballot.
Thank you. I guess I didn't get the memo about that one. I think the pension reform measure before us is not perfect. I think it has a lot of flaws. And my fellow candidates have pointed out a lot of flaws, both in the content of it and in the process of introducing it. But I don't see any other options. And pension reform is a huge issue. We're in a crisis financially, and that's why I support it, because I don't see the alternatives. It's not satisfying.
Okay, so Tony, Kathy, what is your position on the bridge over the Yosemite Swamp, and what is a fair alternative?
You know, when I was on the Southern Waterfront Advisory Committee of the Port, which I still serve on, I saw a presentation from the California State Parks Foundation about the restoration of Yosemite Slough. That was 5 years ago. And how much money they're investing in it, and how important it is to restore that. And that's been sort of staying in my head as, you know, during this whole misbegotten tragic mess of the shipyard project is moving forward. So I don't necessarily think there's an alternative to it. I think the alternative needs to be alternatives to redevelopment as a whole. I'd rather put people to work right now on rebuilding public housing, all the Hope That's Up projects, putting people to work on smaller projects up and down 3rd Street, and doing redevelopment that way, the old-fashioned way, where you work on smaller projects throughout, and you put people to work. Right now, because of the $4 billion in redevelopment financing that's been done, almost everyone up here, with the exception of DeWitt and Isaac, supports this plan. So they're saying, $4 billion, we're good. We can wait on that for 6 years. No way. I'm going to use that money right now. We'll be able to work right now.
This question is for Chris Jackson. Chris, how do you stand on the proposed alcohol fee?
I know a lot of candidates and a lot of people in the community don't know this, but my cousin and his entire family were alcoholics. I saw the destruction that it did to the entire family. I believe it's time for alcohol manufacturers to pay their fair share into our health care fund so that we can mitigate these tragic outcomes. I support it. I support it 110%. Everyone here knows someone that was an alcoholic, and everyone here wishes that they would have enough of the services that they need to mitigate that problem. So it's something I feel very deep in my heart, and I support it 110%. Thank you.
Okay, this next question is from Steve Moss. It says, new fares keep going up and new service keeps going down. The T streetcar often does not go all the way to the end of the line, so many of us have to ride as many as 3 successive T trains over 60 to 90 minutes to get home every evening. What is your plan readiness and other meeting problems?
Hi, Team Austin. Well, so as far as Muni goes, and so let's just talk about Muni generally first, and the T-line specifically. It's mysterious to me as to why Muni only has two options: fixed rail and accordion buses. That's it. There's a capital-intensive option, and there is no flexibility in terms of providing a more diverse, more dispersed transportation system. Yet at the same time, we know that we have private buses, Bauer limousines, UCSF, General Hospital, plying our streets with vans for their employees that we don't get access to. So what needs to happen with Muni specifically is that we need to create a system of diversity, where we have lots of options for people to get where they want to go, and we leverage what's already being made available in our communities through these existing private services, so that we have some equality of access. As far as the T-line, it needs to be fixed. I mean, you can't count on the T-line most of the time. Half the time, exactly what the questioner asked is that you don't know whether you can get where you want to go on time because of the strange way dog legs into and past the stadium, and needs to be fixed. Thank you.
Okay, next question to DeWitt. What is your position on the newly imposed gang injunctions in this battle?
Personally, I have objections to gang injunctions. I think it's just another way to racially profile and to get beyond a due process right that folks have. Understand, folks, that you have a right to an attorney in criminal court, but not in civil court. And I think that right is being thwarted by going through civil gang injunctions. Furthermore, those seem to be instituted in Black and Latino neighborhoods, places where young people who look like me might be subject to gang injunctions unnecessarily. And I think we need to add and increase protections for those and not follow suit in places like Arizona, which is, oh my gosh, I've been racist and making a big comeback over there. And it doesn't need to make a comeback over here.
Who's going to stand with the brothers from Sunnydale? It's nice theory, but who's going to stand with us?
Yeah.
That's my question to all of you.
My answer is me.
Next up, question for Lynette.
Who else is going to stand with the people whose lives are being devastated? Hold on, colonialists. Hold on, imperialists. I have children who 40 of them have no lawyer today. The ACLU's not ready. They got the letters. Their lives are being devastated. Intellectuals. Who's going to stand with the people?
Alrighty, next question to Lynette Sweet. What is your view and what are your plans on dealing with ex-felons and helping them reintegrate?
Wow. Thank you for that question, whoever brought it up. I am now working with several groups here in the Bayview that are groups that deal with ex-felons, the Senior Ex-Offenders Program, Project Rebound, and several others. And the reason I'm working with these groups is that we have to make sure that everyone has an opportunity in this economy, especially if we're going to be able to grow it. One of the biggest kept secrets in this city are the 90 people who are part of Project Rebound, ex-felons, who are now in a master's program out of San Francisco State. Those people are from right here in District 10. We need to embrace our brothers and sisters who have had these issues so that they can come back and work with us. How I intend to keep working with them is the same way I'm doing it now, and that is just do what I do, and that is try to bring everybody under the fold. I've been endorsed by a group called Brothers Against Guns.